Hello everyone, welcome to City Skylines 2. So we're going to select San Francisco. Porterville, I like that. Actually no, we're going with Chadtopia. We won't bother having any of the tutorials on. This will be my third attempt at recording this video. For those of you who aren't content creators, there is a certain level of frustration that occurs when dealing with Windows updates from Microsoft. Because one of the things they have a tendency to do is change your audio settings. So I had the pleasure of spending an hour or two recording videos, only for it to not record any audio at all. Annoyance. Anyway. So, yeah, I've been kind of hesitant for doing this series. Part of it has been, I've been playing on my own, sort of on a separate city. And I've hated my designs, just filled with loathing for them. And don't really want to inflict those horrible designs on you. And for those of you who are not aware and don't know me that well, I suffer pretty hardcore from depression. It's quite overwhelming at times, and it's just one of those things I deal with. Some of the side effects of that is I'm also struggling with constant tiredness. And when I say constant, I mean all the time. I go to bed, I'm tired, I'm yawning my head off, and then I can't sleep. And so it becomes like a vicious circle for me. It's not pleasant, it's not fun, and it kind of robs me of any enjoyment of anything. So, it's just one of those things that I deal with. And I hope you never have to deal with it either. So, yeah, I mean, I've been watching City Planner plays and Biffa plays indie games, and their designs have just been beautiful. Really, really nice work. And it kind of gets to the point where you think, well, why should I even bother? Because I'll never do a design as good as that. And that's kind of sends you into a depression spiral, and yeah, not great. So, let's have a look around. Now, one thing that is slightly annoying. Oh, groundwater. Hello. We've got some groundwater there, groundwater there, groundwater there. That may not happen because we need somewhere to essentially dump the groundwater. Now this is a minor niggle, but I don't think I think these arrows should be longer, as in longer length, because they look almost too sort of symmetrical, and it's kind of difficult to tell really where it's going. So I think if we put like the poop out here, it's all going to flush down here. But, you know, there may not be anything we can do about that. But we'll cross that bridge when we blow it up, so to speak. I'm not going to worry about taking power ins. I am going to look at... So this is another annoyance. You can't look at natural resources until you've got Marvel Village. But by then you've started building. And you may have built on some fertile land that you would then use for farming. It seems a little counterproductive sometimes, is all I'm saying. Anyway, for those of you who are not aware, we are going to follow the principles of road hierarchy. And that is essentially, you have a big road like this, a 4-lane road, okay, and then next to it, so that'll be known as an arterial, okay, and then you have a 3-lane road. And that will be known as a collector. Okay. And then after that, you then have the local roads, which are this one. And of course, the lane. Like so. So that's going to be the road hierarchy we're going to try and build according to. This is just sensible, really. So let's get rid of these. And let's get a road out into the world. So we're going to go with the 4-lane road. And we're just going to run it up here. Now, let's check the direction the wind's going. So the wind's going this way, so really, we want residential areas out here. And we want industrial over here. But this is where the problem lies, is that the groundwater's here, and the groundwater's here, and the groundwater's here. All over the sides that we want the industrial. You can't have it all, you know. But anyway, what we're going to need to do is we will need to build a water pumping station, probably over here. Now, my only concern is the water movement, see, seems to be all pushing back in this direction, or at least I think it is. So it's very possible that we could look at buying more stuff out here and then put a water pump out there. So that's, you know, one of the things that we can consider. And obviously the sewage outlet is going to go way the balls over here because there's nowhere else we can put it at the moment. So that's there. And what we're going to pause the simulation. What we're going to do is we are going to look at putting in, obviously, a power. We don't have the power, Captain. So this will need to be an arterial road. Sorry, a collector. So we're going to bring the collector off the side here. Like so. And then we're going to build a 2-lane road up from here. Now, let's have a look. I think about there will be okay. And then we shall, right in the middle of the groundwater, because of course, we shall place the power station. Now, for those of you who are not aware, one good thing that occurs here with the roads is you can see here they put the power and everything underneath the roads. So now that we've got this road here, we need to build a road over to there for our poop. So what we're going to do is going to bring up the, there we go, just going to put a road down the side there, and then what we're going to try and do is build a road over to here that will enable it to service what is required. Now, this is obviously a poop only output, so we're just going to take the poop this way. Now, one thing you can do is you can go under the bottom here. That's what she said, yeah, I know. And then sort of bring it down to about here, I guess. So you can see then that the poop line is now connected. So let us look at a water pump about here. So what we'll do is we'll just put in a little lane by the side of it to give it something to work on, and then we shall build a nice little 2-lane road out there. Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll have a 2-lane road come off the side as well. Like that. So that's not too bad. And then all we need to do is just make sure that all the lines are lined up and all the pipes are there, which they are. And obviously that's going to be fine. So now that we've done this here, so this is where the power lines would go into. So you would essentially have these buggers here, they connect to that. and you could run them to wherever you need to. But we don't need to, because we should be running with a decent amount of power going through the system, unless we end up overloading it, which is not outside the realms of possibility. Nevertheless, we are going to look at... so you can see there the demand for low density residential is quite high. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a 3-lane road like so and run it out to here, or possibly not, because I clicked the wrong button. So there's the 3-lane road, the symmetrical 3-lane road. And then off the back of that, we'll then create the 2-lane roads. Let's put one right in the center here. And another one with a little gap in between. Like that. Build some down here as well. We'll build them down to there. And then what I want to do, I think, is build one to about there. And then we can build a connection. Oh, goodness me. Why is it doing that? Ah, there we go. So, we have a sort of, you know, sectioned off bit there. So let's start putting down the residential. Put that down as quickly as possible, and you can see in they come like the proverbial, yeah, whatever they are. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put some commercial in as a buffer between the residential and what will be the industrial. Now, I don't really want, actually, I don't want any down here, because this is an arterial road. So we really want the commercial sort of over this direction. Now, let's see, because we need to build our arterial just that little bit further. So we'll just take it up as a nice straight line like so. And then get another of our 3-lane asymmetricals, run it across here, and then a nice 2-lane road into there to finish it off. And then let's put in more residential there, and then we'll put in more. Let's change it to this and put in, there we go, to about there. That should give them enough to work with. Now, it's possible that we could end up having a nice road here. Just going that way. Like so. Now, that means that we can then build on the with that road and put in some more lovely connections. So let's continue our 3-lane there. And oh my goodness, look at that. And we shall pause for a drink of mead. Oh. Now, one thing that does annoy me is that you can't see your resources until you unlock the ability to build on resources. There we go, see? Milestone 3. It seems a little counterproductive to me. Now, I could be wrong. It could be that I don't know what I'm talking about. Also possible. But let's just trim that little edge there. There we go. It just seems a little odd, you know? Now, do we build a collector road to there? Okay. So, it's... we got 5 people in here, which is good. But what we want to do is we want to build an economy as quickly as we can. Because we want to get rid of this drain on funds. So we're going to speed up. And start getting people in. And hopefully they'll like where they're staying. There we go, see? Equivalent of a house. Is that a caravan or is it a raised on stilts? It's difficult to tell. But either way. It's all very North American, the houses. See, that looks to me like a sort of like a mobile homes type thing that you can pick up and take off. These seem a little bit more solid, maybe. But this one does. That one definitely does. 65 Chester Street. Complete with somebody sitting in the garden. Which is nice. So, that's what we're looking at the moment. And let's put in another 2-lane road down the side here. That's going to make for a rather higgledy-piggledy thing. Yeah. I'm thinking that I want to get rid of that and move the road just a little bit over so it comes out of there. And then what we can do, stick our Linda boots right in the centre, which will certainly aid movement. So, let's put in more. Oh, hello. First milestone. We get some money, some unlocks, and development. Here we go. So, the question is, what development do we want to go for first? See, crematorium possibly, but now we're in a position where we need to create some death care, so to speak. Let's put in some medium density housing here and along that section, and then leave this section as standard. We'll put that in there as medium density. So you can see here the arterial, the collector, and then the local roads. Now the good thing about these local roads is that they are, that's the thing actually, what we need to do is we should really put an alleyway in there just to facilitate a little bit of movement between the neighbourhoods. You know, let's so we don't want to run one over there. Now one thing I'm wondering is whether or not it's possible to create cul-de-sacs, because we could create a cul-de-sac like over here somewhere or down here where it's just like a road that ends in a roundabout and then you stick houses down it, which could work out for us. So at this current moment, it's most of the requirement is for residential, so we are going to try and meet that need. So is this, what is this road? Put that in. Put in the roundabout. So now let's make sure But that is a 3-lane. There we go. So our collector roads there, coming off of what is the main highway, the arterial, into the collectors, and then into the local. So, let's see. Oh, God. What's he unhappy about? Waiting for a hearse. Well, that would make you unhappy. So, what we're going to consider doing, not there, we want that one. We want a medical clinic in here. Now, we want it off one of these side roads. We don't want it off of the main drag, so to speak. Let's stick it there. That will be good. We have the ability to do a landfill, which we need to do soon. But more importantly, we have a need for a cemetery. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put the cemetery so you can come straight down this road. Let's turn off that a little bit. And just put it like this. Straight up, so it's at the end of the road. Like that. Here we go. So you can come down the road here and then straight into the cemetery. Which is nice. And if you happen to not make it out of the medical clinic, it's not far to go before you get, you know, locked away, so to speak. Now, there is a thing in here that we can get a crematorium, possibly. We may need to look at that. Under healthcare. In crematorium. Let's unlock that now. And then what we're going to do is, as it's down by the commercial area. Actually, you know what? Let's stick it in here. So we're going to put it right next to the funeral. So a nice crematorium. Look at that. Isn't that a wonderful thing? Isn't it all wonderful? Not sure I like this auto highlighting thing. Could do without that sometimes. But never mind. Anyway. We also need to consider... So we got more roads available. Lots of big roads. See, 4-lane divided road. 5-lane asymmetric. Can we make this into a 4-lane divided road? Possibly? Is that something we want to consider? No, I'll leave it for the moment. So we are continuing to move out in this direction with our 3-lane asymmetrical doodah. Like this. Oh, hello. So we've got that. We've got this. Could we build a college? Oh, we've got to build a school. Okay, so we need to build a school soon. Now, this also... Let me just check. Well, that's nice. You can get all that kind of stuff there. Is we can build that road there. Right to the end. And then a nice little roundabout there. So what we've got is we'll have some medium density housing down here, because it's probably going to be like a a sort of quite an open area of busy traffic. So let's put that all as medium density housing, even though they don't want medium density housing right now, they want this. So let's just fill all that up for them. Let them fill their boots, so to speak. Okay. Not a fan of having traffic lights on the main highway. Not ideal. But we need to consider the placement of an elementary school. So, got these areas that are being built now. The cemetery and all that there. Let us consider here, actually, take that out, because we want to run a road from here and okay. Okay. So now we're creating these roads, and I think it might be worth us sticking this here on this little road bit here. Now that will obviously improve the education situation. Nice next to the medical clinic, that's good. I like that. Now they've got a desire for industrial. So what we're going to have to do is we're probably going to have to take a 2-lane road out of here. And then curve it around. Then run it straight, sort of over here. Now, what we want to then consider doing is putting in more roads. I think we should actually consider having a road here to act as an access road and to bookmark this area as an industrial. So what we can then do is we can mark all of this as industrial, and they can fill themselves with all of that. But because we've got a road, whoops, no, we don't want that there, or at least not yet. Excuse me. Because we've got all of this here, it means that we can make use of certain aspects of it. Let's see. Let's put some commercial in the end here. And some commercial down the side. Just so the people that go shopping have got somewhere to go to eat. Now, we don't have highways yet, which is fine. We do have the option, we have a college. Let's unlock the college, shall we? Now, we also, of course, garbage is going to start building up soon. So, let us take this road here, which is our 2-lane, And we are going to take it over to there. Where are we? See, I think that maybe we should consider building it up here. Sort of over here somewhere. Now, if we put that in there like that, and then we'll curve this around. Like so. And then run it straight to there. Now, it also means then that the landfill is kept well away from the rest of the city. Like so. Granted, it's in a... Yeah, we haven't respected topology there. So it's going to look like a flipping... An iceberg of trash is going towards the area. But yeah, never mind. It is on a hill. So we shouldn't really complain too much. Now, let's get some of these roads connected up a little bit. And zoned with industrial. Unfortunately, we're going to pollute the groundwater here. I don't really see that we have much choice. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. So, now that we've got more unlocks, so we've got an incinerator plant that we could put in. We could get more roundabouts. Emergency battery station, okay. Water treatment plant, that could potentially be nice, I like that. Crematorium, we've already unlocked that, which should be placed. Recycling centre, yes, very nice. And a college, that was it. So, education-wise, here is our education. Now, what I think we should do is... Now, the thing is, if I remember rightly, the college... Oh, so we could put a high school opposite. Actually, no, we'd have to put the high school down here, wouldn't we? And then we'd have to put the college in, probably next to it. Let's have it a centre of learning, which is nice. Now the thing is, you can get various upgrades, but we're not going to go... I mean, you can get a sports field, which is just humongous. But at least we kind of got all the education in a single area. Now, what we're also going to do is we'll put a little bit of commercial in there. Just to give them shops to go to, you know, places to buy food, all that kind of thing. Let me guess, rent too high? Yep, okay then. So that means then what we're going to do is we're going to dezone you and we'll put in medium density NA housing. So you can now move out and move into a smaller location. So, I mean, generally speaking, it's still very small, but, which reminds me, do we have the ability to... No, where is it? Where is natural resources? On here. There we go. And, oh goodness, look at that. A massive fertile area over here. Which could be very interesting. And there's a train track going in. So that could be quite an entertaining aspect. But I think what we should consider doing, that's not ideal because we've got stuff there. Now, what I think we might need to consider doing is building a specialized industry. Like so. Chickens. So, what we're going to do is we're going to put them there. Now, obviously, they're way the balls out of the world. So, we're going to put, here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So, at least then, hopefully, we'll start improving the situation. Now, they do want some fire and police, which is understandable, you know. No one wants to be robbed or other. Now, what we're going to do, I think, is we'll put the fire station here. And then we'll put the police station right alongside. And so they're on a nice little area there. So they have an easy route to get to. I think we need to consider making those big roundabouts. So let's have a look at our roads. Roundabouts unlock. So let's look at big roundabout here, I think. No, can't make it that. There we go. Small roundabout there. Biggest roundabout there. Let's put another roundabout in here. We can't do any of that. Damn. Oh well. Too high rent? Okay then. Let's get you dezoned. So yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Very gritty, obviously, you know. And we've got the old problem of lack of labour. So we've now at least got some movement with respect to the city, generally speaking. Oh, hello. Here we go, some low density housing, which is helpful. There you go. Very nice. Now we need to consider things like an office district, which could be over here maybe. Don't know yet. Okay. So, what I think we need to do is we are going to create some districts. Oh, no we aren't, because we haven't got far enough yet. But I think that will take us far enough with respect to this first episode. I hope you've enjoyed. And we'll see you again soon for more. Take care, everyone.